All right, I think I'm live here. Welcome, welcome to ROI Live and Five or Five and Live and all the things. I have Rebecca with us today. She is literally one of my favorite people. But she's one of my favorite people because she is a highly sought after consultant on our team, only has a few spaces available. And people continue to work with her for years. And so we don't even get to free her up sometimes so that she can work with other humans. But she loves the CRMs. She loves building them. She loves working them. And we just felt like we needed to come on and be like, hi, this is the most important thing. And it's funny, now AI is starting to help us with some of those things. And so at some point, we got to move in that direction. But even if you only have 5 tasks or 10 tasks that follow up with every lead, like, you are going to potentially convert at a higher level. And so, Rebecca, let me turn it over to you. So, like CRM follow-up plans, like what are sales stats they need to know? Talk us through some of this and why is follow-up and follow-up plans really important?
Well, the first one is going off of a lead, somebody who you don't have a relationship with. One conversation or one touch with them, you're only got a 2% chance of converting that into actual dollars. So I don't know about you, but I don't like working for a 2% paycheck. I feel like it's a very large waste of my time.
Yeah.
However, the more contacts you can touches and contacts you can do to a lead over time is going to increase that payload, including, and it can be any mixture of touches between text messages and emails and phone calls and skywriting if it works well in your area, but just making touches to attempt to build a relationship and just continue that on so that when they're ready,
Yeah.
you're the person that they think of. So it's
Yeah. Keep going.
and this is where AI can actually really come into is creating some of these touches and
Yes.
creating the plan. And you have to feel what you're comfortable with of what that longevity of the touch is. Do you want to do it every other day? Do you want to do it once a week, once a month, every quarter, every 6 months, kind of thing like that? And real estate specific, usually we're pretty heavy in the beginning and then we'll tailor off into a nice casual every 3 to 6 months, depending on what your relationship is with them.
Yeah.
But statistically wise, I mean, almost 50% of people stop after the first contact. Oh, they didn't answer. They didn't call me back. They just stop. Well, yes. you know, of course, I'm not. How many text messages do you get every single week asking about health insurance and all this? No, I'm not going to call you back. But an additional 25% stop after the second call. So now you have almost 75% of people stop after two. And it usually is going to take anywhere between 8 to 12 touches before you actually build a relationship to where you're saved in their phone and you're the person that they're going to reach out to when they're ready.
Yeah.
And that's just where it has to be as far as the touches.
Yeah.
So creating a CRM that does a good portion of those touches and or reminds you to do it, because I don't know about you, but I can't remember what I had for lunch yesterday. So if I don't have a system that tells me, hey, it's time to call Robert, I'm not going to call Robert.
Well, and then did you note, like, what did I talk to Robert about? Have I ever talked to Robert? Like, it's really nice to be able to do that. I will tell you, it's funny, like, and I was taught this by a coach years ago, and I just continue to teach it every time we teach inside sales or anything for any business, by the way, you guys, that we're not talking real estate today. We're just talking having a client management system, like a CRM that is following client retention, whatever you want to call it, that's following up with people on your behalf, but then telling you how to follow up too is just imperative because you're just losing sales from this. Like you're losing money and there's some real money to be had in the follow-up. So like just to give a good idea, right? Like I used to be taught like I started this with my coach used to say, you know, if you just say, okay, I'm going to touch this person 12 times and then know that like between 8 and 12 is when most people convert. Like if I just count that and I'm like, okay, day 12, like in my head, it's like, okay, now I should hear from them if I'm going to hear from them. Like it almost makes it easier. It's just okay, I know I got to do this again. And it's funny, like the stats are only 10% of salespeople make more than 3 contacts, which is like painful for me. 2% of sales are made on the first contact. Again, painful. 3% of sales are made on the second contact. 5% are made on the third. 10% are made on the fourth. 80% are made from the fifth to the 12th, period. So if I know that 80% of them are fifth to 12th, that I gotta live in that. And I should be rushing to get to like number five, six, seven, eight, right? Like, yay, there's money there. And we just don't, like, so many don't. I think it's really hard to find somebody that's willing to do some of that too, right? And so that's why, yes, if we don't have humans that's going to do it, we have a wonderful computer CRM system that should be doing it. And most of them these days can do email and text, right? Some of them can even do like a phone blast or a voicemail.
And I am a big proponent of use technology for when technology is great. I also love the personal touch, but that doesn't mean that every single touch has to be a phone call from you. You just sprinkle them in periodically so it doesn't feel completely done like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And I'll just give you an example. So now, this isn't even on the pre side, this is on the post side. We did a huge deep dive into our database about 7 years ago, and we discovered that in 10 years' time, not following up with our past clients resulted in $140 million of volume that was sold without us by people that used us, liked us, and had the relationship with us. And because we didn't follow up with somebody who we should know everything, we don't have to build a relationship. We already have it. And we didn't do it and they went somewhere else. And just for those not real estate, that equals $3.5 million of commissions that could have been to us. And that's on a low percentage,
Yeah. I
average.
mean, if I had to be honest, it's so funny. Like, I regularly, even just on like Facebook, right? Like, I'll go on and like, a friend that I kind of lost touch with or whatever, that maybe I even was like, oh, I don't see them all the time. Maybe I take them out of my CRM for a little bit, which is so stupid, by the way. Just leave everybody. They can remove themselves. It's okay. And if they remove themselves, it's not always like a direct attack on you either. Like, I used to feel that way. I still do sometimes. Not gonna lie.
I, I still shop at Costco, but I unsubscribe from the Costco ads.
There you
It's
go.
okay. I still shop at
Yes.
Costco.
And I love that. And at the end of the day though, like there are times I see something on Facebook that's like, oh, we just moved into our new house. And I'm like, what the? Right? And if I had kept them in and I was still
Whose fault is
reminding
it?
them, I mean, it's totally my fault. Like 100%. And and listen, like you're not going to get every single one of them. There are people in our lives that don't want to work with friends either. Totally fine. But at the end of the day, I mean, that number for your team to know is so awesome. Like, that's an exercise in itself. Like, people should be able to go through and see what the lost income was. I actually think that's really powerful. So, all right, let's talk small business really quickly. What's the ROI? I mean, you just gave us a great one for like a real estate, but like, we looked at small business service company, right? And we said the assumption is like 50 leads, an average client value of 5 grand. So we're not even talking, huge here. But the result of that would be $60,000 in annual revenue that is lost, right? And, you've got CRM's cost. What would you say like an average CRM is going to cost people?
I'm going to say 100 to 250, and that's
Yeah, per
per
per per
month.
seat per month. Yeah. A good one, right? By the way, like we want ones that can do a lot of these things. So I mean, you're talking like if you can dial that in and spend a little bit of time creating those lead plans, which really, in fairness, especially with AI now, how long would it really take you to build out a lead plan that communicates with somebody at least 12 times?
Listen, you only have, I mean, just 12 times. Let's not even be rocket science here. You get one touch per month. So do a phone call on the first one, a text message on the second, an email on the third. So that's 4 phone calls a year from you,
Yeah.
4 text messages to come up. And you can choose whether do you want this to be, hey, touch number 4 is a text message that says this, or you can create one that's um, relevant to that month, if you will. So, hey, all the text messages that go out this month, it's summer, it's really hot. Maybe do a fireworks safety
Yeah.
something or that. And then same thing with emails. You can say, hey, email number 7 is going to be this, or you can create a pertinent of that time. Um, that's bare basic. Just keep
And
rerunning.
how long is bare basic like creating that? If you sat down to make that plan today and put it on everybody, how long should that take you?
I mean, if
to
we do
build?
bare extreme mace, I'm gonna guess maybe 30 minutes, and that's if you scratch your head to try and figure out. But really, you're creating 12 tasks that repeat. Well,
That
technically, three tasks that repeat, depending on what you want to do. And I'm also of the belief of you should, especially if they are not a client, they should run indefinitely because you can't lose what you don't have.
that's right. And so there's lots of systems you guys can go, find. There's video, email, bomb, all kinds of things. If you're just a small business, not even talking real estate, there are things you can send videos to people. You can do all kinds of things. Pick a lane, figure out what you want to do, put the 12 in place, and boom. I'm telling you, even if you just convert two, it was well
You've
worth
paid
your
for
half
it.
an hour. Yes. So, all right, awesome. Rebecca, listen, if anybody wants to consult with her, I believe she might have one space available, but you would have to let us know quickly because she fills up. Like I said, she is amazing with systems and follow up and leads and all those fun things. So if that is something you want to do, get in touch. We'll get in touch with her, see if we can't sneak you in. Rebecca, thank you for your time. We know how valuable it is.
Thank you. Have a great week.
You too. Bye.